guys, welcome back to the Small Time Critics. My name is Kem and I'm 1/3. I've said it completely wrong, but we're going to keep going. 1/3 of the Small Time Critics. We have
Kem and Hashi.
We don't have Mo today because obviously he's away and can't wait for you to get back, bro. But we move. Again, we have the youngest in charge.
Let's
Is
go.
the youngest in charge?
He's the youngest in charge, bro.
AKA E. Elijah, on a good day, we could call him Elijah, so it's fine. But you have to call him the youngest in charge. It's fine. But thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for having us.
Let's go, Tony. Cool. Eli, let's go.
All right. Today we'll be talking about WOLFS. WOLFS.
So you're secret partners?
We're not secret partners.
WOLFS.
Yep.
Directed by John Watts. Before we do that, please like, comment, subscribe, do all the magical stuff. Comment and give E a follow. All of his description is going to be in the description below. All of his social is going to be in the description below. And honestly, follow him. Like making waves.
Have you guys talked about the Geeks of the Week?
Oh, all of that's done, man.
Yeah, good. Now we're going to be professional.
All of that's done.
It's good.
So, WOLFS, not Wolves, Wolf. Directed by John Watts, starred by George Clooney and Brad Pitt. Non-spoiler first. Hash, do you want to take it away?
Yeah. First of all, great to have E on here. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it.
Love to have this brother whenever he's talking about film, TV, anything. You know what I mean? Pop culture. Always fascinating to hear his takes. For me, I actually like this. Again, I saw a lot of discourse online saying this was like a mid-film, wasn't that great. I had a fun time. It was like a great. I watched a screener for this a while back. It was a great Monday night for me. I enjoyed myself. You know what I'm saying? Again, is it the best kind of Clooney Brad Pitt performance? No. Was it like a very kind of like predictable kind of paint by numbers film? Yes, but I had fun. I laughed a couple of times. Again, I thought that the film was really well made on like a kind of technical level. I would say the overall kind of score was pretty decent, which was a bit of an earworm for me. I really liked Austin Abrams. I thought his performance is great. He's been good in a lot of stuff. I think I first saw him in Euphoria. I thought he was good in that. But yeah, again, serviceable movie. I think good night at the movies. If it was in the cinema, Apple decided to take it out of cinema. I guess that's probably because they thought, okay, maybe not many people will come out for two aging kind of, you know what I mean, former A-listers. But again, to me, they're still A-listers. Brad Pitt's about to kind of headline a film in the summer next year. So, But anyway, E, what are you thinking?
I didn't hate it, but I think no, that sounds harsh. But I didn't hate it. I just thought like, from what I saw from the trailer, like the first trailer we saw, I expected it to hit, just to be like this new buddy cop film. But again, like you said, it's mad predictable. It's just another like crime fixer movie. Do you know what I mean? So, I didn't really think too much about the score either. Like, it didn't really stand out.
Okay.
But I liked the way it was set. Like, I liked the way it was filmed. I liked the composition of everything.
Yeah.
Like, everything just, it wasn't too long. Perfect runtime.
Yes.
So, yeah, it wasn't like a horrible experience. It wasn't a bad experience.
No, fair.
Just all right.
Yeah. I didn't see it in the cinemas. I saw it on Apple TV Plus. Yeah. It was one of those. It's like, obviously, as you say, it's very predictable. I think the performances was definitely one of two former A-list actors, aging actors as well. It's almost like it's their final run, like move out of the way. But again, some of it was fun. I really enjoyed Austin Abrams' performance. Like it was a comedic sort of element to it, and it sort of held up throughout. But yeah, ultimately it was an okay watch in house. If it was one for me to go to the cinema and watch, I really wouldn't. Or if I went to go to the cinema to watch it, I would be disappointed having to go and pay for it. So ultimately, it's a good night in.
Yeah,
not out. I think that's all I can say in regards to the non-spoilers, unless you lot have anything.
That's everything.
Yeah.
I mean, no spoilers.
So let's get into the spoilers. Seeing as our guest, you're our guest today, do you want to kick it off?
I don't know what to say much about this movie. Honestly, like it's just another Saturday night home film. I really did enjoy, that scene when they're chasing him, when he wakes up from the, what do you call it, the overdose, and he's just running. Like that was probably one of my favorite chase scenes in any film I've seen recently. And
it was funny.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Do you not think that was similar to, because when I was watching it, that chase scene, because I felt it was funny, and it was the way he was running as well. It was like,
because his socks were a bit loose.
Yeah. Okay, there's another thing that I want to talk about at some point, like it's in regards to continuity, but we'll go to that. But that scene, I almost felt like it was what's that one with Matthew McConaughey? What's Zach Galifianakis? What's his name? Hangover.
Okay.
With
Bradley Cooper.
No, Bradley Cooper. But was
Zach
it the Asian?
Galifianakis.
What's the Asian guy? What's his name?
Ken Jeong.
Ken Jeong. Yeah. There was a scene where he was running. Yeah, that's what I got from it. Yeah. I was like, it's been done before, but it was funny.
It was funny. I like the bit with the janitor. When Janet was just cleaning, and then you see a naked guy running through, and then seconds later you see another guy chasing up.
And he goes, hey. He's like, hey. You know what I mean? That was funny.
That was good.
But it's just there's not a lot to take away from the movie, because it's kind of it was self-explanatory.
I think that the best thing about the film probably is the relationship between George Clooney's character and Brad Pitt. I guess even though like the jokes, like they're hit and miss, but you're still smiling throughout.
They're old jokes.
Stuff like that.
They're old. They're for old people. And I'm not gonna lie.
Old people like yourself, or old people in general.
I was before he tried to violate. Like I fall under that category. Like because again, it was one of those chuckle like fair enough. And I was smiling, but then. It's almost, again, we've seen it before, like fixer movies, and even what was the one, it wasn't even a movie, it was a series. It's going to bother me, man. I keep on doing this.
Did you not laugh when they kept on having back issues?
Back issues? I can't even remember that.
They kept on, and I mean, they both had bad backs. I think George initially found it hard to kind of pick up the guy. Pick up the body and stuff like that. He had that cool trick with the coat
hanger thing. Yeah. That was alright. Again, did we? So did the story sort of like come full circle? Did we understand whether they sort of the hotel was setting them up? Because again, I didn't get it. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. But ultimately, because there's cameras in the room, is it to set up the politician, or maybe I just wasn't following the movie that well then?
Because obviously the ultimate kind of end of the film is them realizing that they're both being set up and both being cleaned. But I found it interesting when obviously having Frances McDormand was the voice of the hotel, the hotel lady. And I think it was a bit far-fetched for her and the mob to be working together to kind of get rid of them, kind of thing. Like, again, I'll be honest with you, it didn't fully track me. I only watched this film once. Yeah. So I didn't fully kind of like follow it. And the fact that they obviously were cross-talking the whole time didn't help when they were both working out. They said, we're getting cleaned, kind of thing. And I didn't really follow that. I'll probably have to watch it a second time to kind of try and get that. But again, the fact that we're going to get a back is kind of like a backdoor sequel. The fact that we didn't see kind of the way that ended, kind of thing, is interesting. And the fact that obviously Apple have decided, all right, we're not going to put this in cinema, but because this is George Clooney and Brad Pitt, we're going to commit to giving you guys a sequel, giving you guys that mad money, and most likely they're not going to make it. You know what I'm saying? Because they just want to save face, basically. Yeah. And imagine that meeting when you call in George Clooney and Brad Pitt and say, guys, do you know the film that you made that's meant to be coming out on 20th of September in cinemas? No, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, that must have been awful.
Straight to streaming.
Straight to streaming.
And I was like, oof.
Yeah, well, I think they would have, to be fair, this sort of, the concept and this type of movie 10, 15 years ago would have made sense, would have done well. But I think we're coming to like the culmination of,
why do you think it doesn't work for modern audiences, Kem?
It's because it's been done so much. It's been rinsed. This type of movie has been rinsed out. Like, yes, you have the body cop element, but then the fixer element as well. Like, we understand, we get the whole fixer part of the movie, and they're going to clean up stuff, and then obviously the funny stuff that they cross paths. Like, it's a one-man show. Yet now we've got two people doing a one-man job. We need to figure this out, and now we've been obviously set up or whatever, but we've been seen, so we need to figure this out. And it feels like, because it's been told, if it was a fresh story that we've never heard before, wow, this is really good. Like, even saying that, like, one of my absolute favorite movies of all time is Leon, The Professional. If it was done now, it wouldn't work for me. It wouldn't work because we've seen it before. It's like, okay, we've seen Leon, he's a hitman. If they was to show the exact same movie, and it's never been seen before, Leon, but other movies before it, I wouldn't. I don't think I would.
Kem, I push back, because just like life, films are meritocracy. And say, for example, Leon, great film, and then you have John Wick. You know what I mean? John Wick could never have happened without.
No,
Leon.
I'm not talking what would have happened after, preceding Leon. I'm saying if Leon was to come out like current day now, Leon the movie, and it was never done back then, with all the movies beforehand, I don't think it would be as big as a movie, or it is a cult classic as it was then now. I personally don't think so, because there's some movies that kind of bombs now that wouldn't bomb back in the day.
Yeah, like it's for that time. Like Thunderbolts 4, for example. Like if that came out maybe like, I don't know, 7 years ago, it would not have been as the experience would not have been as terrible as it was. So I think I get what you're saying. With this one.
But then you have like obviously a Top Gun and then a Top Gun Maverick.
That's an anomaly.
I think Top Gun Maverick was kind of different though from Top Gun. Like it's the same formula.
Yeah.
But there was elements of it that made it modern, and it wasn't just the same. Like, I don't know. There was an element of it that felt different. It felt modern, and like maybe it was the music or the way it was scored or the way it was like shot. It didn't feel like I'm watching a sequel. Like you could watch Top Gun Maverick without having seen Top Gun and you'd still enjoy it as its own entity.
See, for me, talking on Top Gun, for me, the reason why Maverick was so good, it was the dogfights. Because you know the work that they put in. It weren't CGI or all that.
Yeah.
Like real dogfights, and so the story behind it. Because I think Tom Cruise does this a lot. So he puts out all the information beforehand that yes, we're doing these stunts. And like we know beforehand that these stunts have being done by him. It's almost like the Jackie Chan effect. Mm-hmm. You know he does his stunts, so you are going to give him credit for what he's done. Like again, I think Maverick was a perfect storm, how it was made and how it was done, and it being left for so long. Again, if Maverick was done like 3 years after Top Gun, I don't think it would have been received as well as it was now. But then again, we could all have our opinion on that, but ultimately this buddy cop movie would have been really good 10-15 years ago, in my opinion.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I think if they cut out the twist at the end, the twist at the end, then I think it would have made more sense to work. Yeah. But like from the minute he points out the camera in the beginning, you're like, okay, cool. There's definitely something wrong here. Like it's not that kind of film where they're both on the same job. There has to be some sort of I don't know what you call it in film storytelling terms, but there has to be some
kind
sort
of jeopardy.
Something at the end that's just going to be like, okay, now we actually have to work together, and this is what's going to bring us in. So
you obviously thinking back right now on the spot. So you know, it's a good movie that sort of is similar to this in a way. I'm not talking about the experience of two people having to do one job, but Running Scared. Have you seen that with what's his name? Paul Walker. Paul Walker. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that one, no.
Okay, so that's a great movie again. There's the element of like there's always a danger around the corner, and there's something that they're going towards, and it's not. This almost felt like you're plodding along towards the end. So we're getting there, and there was an element of like shot me out here, haste. Like you had to hurry up. There was something coming in this movie. There was never. It was based. It's just when these guys get it done, it'll be done in a sense. That's how I felt. But then again, there's other movies that kind of tells the same story. But that's my take on it.
Yeah.
You know, I hear that because, again, throughout the film, they're basically working to their physicality, i.e. kind of their age and stuff like that. Again, very, very trivial stuff. For example, in the car park, the whole, let me kind of use my cone to get it, and I've got the key fob, all that kind of stuff. Very tedious kind of things. And, okay, yeah, I hear what you're saying.
It felt like two guns.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah. But a
That's
bit
a good
less
point,
less
yeah.
action.
Less action, two guns, yeah.
Let's actually.
And less urine as well.
Yeah. Again, but saying that, a night in, it's not a bad watch, but it's not one I'm going to watch again to figure out what certain things meant. I have no interest in rewatching this movie. I'm sorry.
Should Hollywood continue to have? Wow, he doesn't even finish my.
Yeah, he
novel.
didn't
Let
finish
you
the
finish. I thought you were going to say something. Should Hollywood let these people go? No, go.
No, but you kind of already beat me to it. Should they kind of continue to give George Clooney and Brad Pitt like top billing in films?
No. There needs to be a handing of the baton. That needed to be done 5, 6 to 10 years ago. There's certain George Clooney. If you're gonna make a movie, do a Hugh Grant movie, like the old sort of Silver Fox sort of guy. Do a rom-com.
It's so funny you say that because Hugh Grant's doing weird horror films and stuff like that, like The Heretic and all this kind of weird kind of character.
But you know what I mean,
like
though.
Gentleman. I know what you mean.
You know what you mean. Do one of those, like be the Silver Fox, be that sort of hand. Make a movie for the demographic that you're in. If you get what I mean.
For the older ladies, yeah.
Yeah. Let.
Nah, I think I disagree.
Exactly.
Like, what was that film that came out a couple of years ago? No, last year I think.
Which one?
The Paradise.
Trouble in Paradise.
Yeah.
Something like
Is that the one with George Clooney, right?
Yeah,
the wedding one.
Yeah, the wedding one. Yeah, with Julie Roberts.
That kind of film. I think there's still potential for them to still be in the industry and be leading men and
not big billings though.
They can be.
Is that a big billing?
It wasn't, but
there you go.
Okay, I get your point because I guess Hugh Grant was in like them kind of Amazon MGM studio films that don't really go on.
Yeah.
See, the reason why
films,
the Fortune.
See, the reason why I say that, and this is again, there are movies, there are exceptions where you could say, okay, jump in, but you are not the lead, but you could do an absolute stellar performance as like aside. For example, Robert De Niro, when he done The Apprentice, absolutely love the movie. Do one of those movies. You're an old boy now. Just do one of those movies.
Robert De Niro did what film?
The Apprentice.
The Apprentice.
Is it The Apprentice or the?
No, The Apprentice is a film that's coming out.
No, The Apprentice. What's the movie where he was an apprentice or something?
Basically, you're thinking of The Intern.
The Intern. Please forgive me.
With Anne Hathaway.
Yeah. So
which is a good film.
I thought there was Apprentice. There was The Apprentice as well.
Yeah. Sorry. The Intern. But again, fantastic film. I loved it. Do one of those like
older person films.
Yeah, but then I'm happy with him doing Killers of the Flower Moon, which unfortunately didn't do as well as we
should have won the Oscar in my opinion.
Of course he should have.
Seriously.
I love that.
Oh, he's King.
King's one again. Robert.
RDJ, bro.
RDJ. Nah, RDJ.
From Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Again, supporting.
Again, which I'm not mad at.
You can't be mad at.
Yeah.
But
what about guys like Tom Cruise then? Because he's still.
But he's again him and Jackie Chan. They're in their own lane.
Tom Cruise is different because Tom Cruise is not just a leading man, but he's an action star at the same time. Where George Clooney was always someone who started in TV, like gained a huge following, literally 50 million people back in the day watching him, stuff like that. Then transitioned to movies, done really well. But I do think that he's such a big name, and the name recognition is so huge. Hence the reason why, and it's going to be probably upset, Ed Berger, the director of Conclave and All Quiet on the Western Front, is tipped to direct the next Ocean's film, which George and Brad are going to be in. So Kem, what do you think, bro?
Not for me. There needs to be a handing of the guard. There needs to be a changing of the guard. There needs to be like we can't. They are gatekeeping the industry. Honestly,
this is ageism. You know what I mean from my boy,
bro. No. In all seriousness, like the reason we can't have the Glenn Powell, because I'm not a big Glenn Powell, but the reason why Glenn Powell can't be the Glenn Powell that he should be is because we still got these boys still still about. No, seriously.
Nah, but I think there's roles that they can do. I'm talking about like the Glenn Powell generation. Like for example, him in Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why he stood out, and that kind of like wasn't necessarily his big break, but that's when people started to notice him a bit more. You know what I'm saying? So if there's still those kind of people that pave way through movies like that.
Yeah, but for me, that movie Maverick should be the handing of the baton movie. Like, let Glenn Powell run now. So we don't need anymore. It's nice to see you, but we don't need anymore. Again, there are so many like big stars, like the what's my boy from It. The brothers, Skarsgård.
But again, he's a great actor that hasn't been picking the right roles.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
No, yes, but then as I said, my issue is you still have these old boys still in the scene, and they're being given these big roles.
How about this? A while back, I think this was probably Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. Tom Cruise was meant to kind of hand the keys to Jeremy Renner at that time.
Yeah.
And the studio were like, all right, that's what we're going to do. We're going to kind of basically end Ethan Hunt's run with this film. And when that film came out, it did numbers. They changed the ending. And they didn't give Jeremy Renner the keys to the kingdom. And they said, you know what? Tom Cruise is still doing it.
Yeah.
So let's continue going on.
I don't think Jeremy Renner could carry that franchise.
No, but
exactly. So again,
Tom Cruise is an anomaly.
It's good in theory, but in principle, when it comes down to, to the capitalistic world we live in, these studios are going to say, "Yo, this guy has been making up bank for X amount of years."
No. Okay, I agree. I agree to some respect, and it's hard for me to say this, but I'm okay with Denzel sort of saying, "You know what? I'm done." Yeah, even though I love everything he's in.
Yeah.
But I think from the last Equalizer, have you seen that?
Yeah.
I felt that he was.
Cam don't do it.
He was lagging a bit. Have you
lagging?
Seen? No,
he was definitely not lagging, but that was a good film for him to stop doing them kind of movies. I don't think he was lagging.
No, he wasn't.
I think he was lagging.
No, he wasn't lagging.
You know why I'm so passionate about this? Because I do not want to see. And again, I am so. I don't want. Hold up.
Yeah.
I don't want it to happen, but I'm almost certain that it's gonna come to fruition. Harrison Ford should have stopped so long ago. Wait.
Gonna say this. It's a good example.
So long ago, and even with the Indiana Jones and all, he should have stopped. And you could see him lagging big time.
This is a good example.
Yeah. So now you got the Captain America, the
Brave New World.
The Brave New World. Honestly, I'm worried.
No, you shouldn't be worried because again, it's going to be CGI kind of a talk. So
that's the problem.
That's the problem.
Get someone fresh. Get someone young.
But how? Come on, you can kind of.
No. I don't mind an older boy. I don't mind an older boy. But not someone touching 100. How old is Harrison Ford?
I don't know how old he is, but Harrison Ford, in my opinion, with the way he's dealt with the Star Wars franchise and stuff like that, I don't think he was the best. He couldn't even grow a mustache for the role. Like, I don't know if that's the reason he didn't grow the mustache, but like,
I think he didn't want to.
He didn't want to, but like, still, that's part of the craft is to make those decisions. Like, Tom Cruise would definitely, grow that mustache. Henry Cavill will grow that mustache. Guys would, they'll put the work in.
It's true.
He's definitely got to a point where
some people are to a point where he's like, you know what, I'm Harrison, Ford, you know what I mean? I can do what I like kind of thing. So,
but at some point, your name's not going to carry that much weight anymore.
Yeah.
And I think Harrison Ford.
I knew you were going to do the freaking Dial of Destiny example. I knew
it was bad. It was terrible.
I
hate watching that movie. I was watching the movie the whole way through thinking, why am I watching this? What's going on? Exactly, because if you had replaced Harrison Ford with somebody else.
Yeah. Denzel, for example, people like Denzel will always thrive because they're always going to pick great roles. Like similar to be fair, okay, Robert De Niro he's picked a couple of bad grandpa stuff like that. Hasn't been great. There's been a couple. You know what I mean? There was one.
Look at Kate Blanchett. Anyway, sorry.
Borderlands.
Borderlands was.
No, again, that's only one bad choice in a stellar career.
Thank you, Lionsgate, for the Borderlands. But yeah, sorry, go for it.
But again, it's one of those things where like. It's actually very funny. We've had a kind of very interesting conversation off the back of WOLFS kind of thing about kind of Asian stars and stuff like that. But I think as long as that kind of like that talent is picking the right roles, then it will always work. You know what I'm saying? Like Denzel has only whiffed maybe once, like since he's been a star, which is Roman J. Israel. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. Yeah. And even that film, I can watch.
I could watch because it was funny to me.
It was funny, you know what I mean? But it's not a great film. You know what I'm saying?
Of course not.
But again, like if you're nitpicking with Denzel and you're
The
literally
type of roles, though, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because really and truly, because if you're looking forward to the Gladiator, which everyone is, listen, he's not the main star.
So I'm afraid. This is a quick aside. I am so afraid. Like all the great Denzel scenes are in the trailer, like every single great scene. And that's what I'm afraid of. You know what I mean? Because like all the stuff about how he's using Paul Mescal's character as his instrument. Come on, man.
They gave too much away.
They gave way too much away.
They've been doing that
too much.
so much recently.
Again, this is
well.
an issue like we talked about ad nauseum on the pod, innit?
Yeah.
But yeah, guys.
Yeah,
that was
so,
that was an interesting conversation, man.
So Wolves. Personally, I think my greatest takeaway from this was Austin Abrams. That's it. Again, is it Amy Ryan?
Amy Ryan, yeah.
She was good, but then before we finish, continuity issue. You see when she was pulling the bag from underneath him, and then the bag sort of released and hit her. The amount of blood that went over her for someone who's not dead, who has not got any sort of gunshot wounds or something like that.
Yeah.
That don't make any sense. I'm like, that bothered me because I'm a stickler when it comes to continuity
You know what
stuff.
was funny about that? I was thinking, I was like, right, he's finished.
I thought it was
I thought
done.
it was
I
done.
thought
And then
it was
when
done.
he's running, like I'm enjoying the scene. I'm thinking, wait, there's no cut.
Nothing.
anywhere
I thought it was
across
a
his
different
front.
guy. Honestly, I had to go back. I thought it was a whole new different person that they're dealing with now.
Yeah, it's
God
just,
damn.
again, that I was like, that it didn't throw me. It annoyed me more than it throwed me. I was like, there's no blood on him. Like,
Yeah.
It's
so
mad
how has
how
she
a
got so
movie
much
can-
blood on her?
It's crazy how like a modern day movie can get away with that. You know what I mean? Like the guy has no cut on his front,
Yeah.
but there's mad blood, and it's never addressed again. Hilarious.
It's not again, yeah.
But it's that style of film, isn't it? Like you don't really question. It's meant to you just watch it and then you just take it for what it is. You're not supposed to
Yeah.
really, you know what I'm
I
saying?
get that, but then to commit to a sequel,
Yeah.
come on. Whether it's going to be made or
I don't
not,
think that's going to be made.
it's not going to be made.
No, it's not.
But I'm just
Never.
saying, like, having stuff like that, because we say that now, you never know. You never know.
You never know.
Because the decisions of these bloody production houses and stuff like that, or these big wigs
No,
are making.
before
it's
we end,
crazy.
actually, that's actually a good point you bring up. Apple, obviously, been losing a lot of money with a lot of the recent Apple films. I think the Scarlett Johansson, Channing Tatum, I think Fly Me to the Moon. It absolutely bombed, and they spent silly money on that film,
Yeah,
and they're
Argyle as
now
well.
trying to Argyle.
How
again.
bad was Argyle? Look, I know it was bad, but I didn't realize how.
Are you on holiday, innit, when that came out?
No. I watched Argyle.
Oh, it was
No, I'm talking about numbers wise.
numbers. It was horrifically bad.
Is it?
Horrifically bad. I remember my screening how many walkouts there were.
I stayed the course because
He's a champ. Look at him. He's a true professional. I love that.
it was one of, you know what, again, when obviously I realized it doesn't have a connection with Kingsman. I was trying to make connection to Kingsman
Yeah.
with it. It's like, okay, but yeah, commercially, if it didn't do numbers, it's like they need to sort it out quick. But again, Apple's massive, so they can take the hit.
Yeah,
they
sure.
can
Their
take the hit.
TV series though are doing great. So
Yeah,
I guess
exactly,
that kind of
so-
it's a good balance.
Swings and roundabouts, yeah.
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 Before we end, any TV shows you lot looking forward to coming up?
Ooh, June Prophecy.
Dune Prophecy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
I'm
major.
gonna say Superman and Lois final season.
You know what,
I love that.
So I said to myself, I'm going to hold out because I want to watch it in big, and then it got so far I didn't watch it, but I'm going to watch it now. I'm going to sort of get back on it because I really enjoyed what they did, and because it's different from the Supermans that we had. And
Yeah.
I'm a DC guy
Yeah.
through and through. Give me a Flash, but it's not. Sorry.
Even Flash from last year.
I'm an apologist. I told you, I'm an apologist
Fair enough,
for
fair
DC.
enough.
Even though when it's bad, I will still
He holds their
find
point.
some reason to apologize for DC. Like it was bad, but you know what? It was Ezra Miller's fault. Forget it. It was his fault. It was his
Oh
fault.
my days.
Okay,
Fair
yeah,
enough.
yeah,
Fair enough.
It's his fault.
Fair
It's not
enough.
DC. It's his fault. But yeah,
Let's get into rating.
ratings, as you say. Hash, go first.
I will give this a 6.5. Yeah. Generous.
Liza?
I gave it 2.5 on Letterboxd, but on your scale, I guess 5.
5.
Yeah.
I think it's down the road 5, and I won't watch it again. For me, it's a
Same.
5. It's a 5. Hash says he's gonna rewatch it. So, anyway, well, that was our Wolves.
Wolves.
It's not Wolves.
Wolves.
There's no W. There's no V in it. It's Wolves.
No, it's Wolves.
Yeah, but you're saying Wolves.
I'm saying Wolves.
Yeah, it's
We're
Wolves.
doing this thing again. Mark's gonna
You
be
were saying
upset
the
with the
exact
edit.
same thing.
Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip.
Yeah. But anyway, that was our Wolves episode. Again, let us know what you think. Let us know what you think in the comment. And just a side note that we've hit our 1,000 mark on TikTok. Thank you. So our next landmark is 1,000 on YouTube. And then you know what? Once we've done that, then we'll quit. I'm not joking. But yeah, look, Elijah, all of his social media information is going to be in the description below. Please let us know what you think. Give him a follow. Give us a follow. Do what you do.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward. We'll catch you next time. Peace.